So I'm going to call the meeting to order. I'd like to recognize Mr. Minot. Good evening. Nice to see you here. I'll just skim over and say that there are rules of procedure for these meetings on the table and I think under the attendance sheet. Are there new additions to the agenda this evening? No.
I would like a brief 5-minute executive session with the board.
Okay. On a personal matter?
Yes.
And are there any changes to the agenda order? None. So we've had the minutes for the meeting of February 8th, 2016. Does anyone have any?
I sent in a few just little typo. I think they were really formatting as they got into Dropbox changes, so there's no, yeah, so those things, there were no corrections really except for little tiny edits.
Is there a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
A second?
I'll second that.
So that was Troy and Ann. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Old business. The first item on the agenda is Troy had asked for signature stamps to be returned, and they are. We all have our own now, and they're back. So they're no longer in the vault.
Thank
You
for
can take them
finding
all with you. Dick, you already have yours, and you?
Yep, I just put it in my bag.
Great, thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the Green River Covered Bridge project. We are announcing the award for the construction and assigning the letter, I believe. So Hoyle and Tanner submitted their bid analysis. Oh, everybody signed but me? And they confirmed that Wright is the responsible and responsive low bidder. So
So I'd like to make a motion that we accept, that we enter into a contract with Wright Construction for the repairs on the Green River Bridge this summer.
Second.
thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
No.
How about I have you sign everything after?
Okay.
Does that work for you?
That's fine.
Pull out the stamp, buddy.
The stamps are no more.
The selection committee met on February 9th to review and analyze the 3 proposals submitted for construction inspection services. And Du Bois and King were the choice, and we have a letter. I'm looking for a motion to award the contract to
move we
them.
award the clerk of the works to Du Bois and King.
I'll second that.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay. Oh, we have to slow down a little bit. So, when Dick provided Gabby, then the next item is conflict of interest policy. So Dick provided Gabby with a bunch of information on probably select board training meetings.
Probably the Fall Institute 2 years ago.
Yeah. That open meeting policy, bias, things like that.
I'll never do that again.
And that information included, among many other things, a strong recommendation that select boards adopt a conflict of interest policy. Gabby drafted it, we edited it, and you have had it for review.
We should say it's based on the VLCT.
It is,
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
yeah.
It's pretty much boilerplate, yeah, I would assume, unless there's something you changed that you want to point out to us. I read it as such, I thought it was good. I certainly signed many conflict of interest policies in various jobs and boards that I've been on, so it seemed pretty standard to me.
So, I didn't know if there were any questions about the conflict of interest policy, any comments?
The one thing that I had, I was interested in was the questionnaire. It seemed that, I mean, I guess, again, I've done that as well. But it, I guess it's pretty standard. It seemed a little more detailed. The one I did was just a 1-page, list any conflicts you may have, list any conflicts family members, something like that may have. So this was a little more detailed than I was used to. I didn't have any objections to any of it. I just wondered if it was necessary to the level of detail.
Yeah, we just added it in. We tried to make it clear and simple so that Katie would have these. And the idea being we would sign these when the new board comes into effect. And that way Katie could just be like, oh, maybe there's a conflict of interest or maybe there's not in any situation, and just for transparency.
Okay. Yeah, that was the
Yep.
the policy
But we did
itself
add
I was
that
fine
in,
with, but
yeah.
I thought that was a little, as I said, I've done those two where you write your disclosures kind of,
Yeah,
but this seemed a little more detailed, that's all.
and we just based that on one that I'd had.
I think my question would be, is this gonna interfere with using local when possible?
No, so the conflict of interest is just, you say, hey, maybe I have a potential I'll give an example with me. My boyfriend is a lister. We control the lister wages.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, my boyfriend's a lister. It may or may not actually be a conflict of interest. But I disclose it so everything's transparent, and I say, hey, it is a conflict of interest, so I'm going to recuse myself. And that's all it is. If you do have a conflict of interest, you can participate as a member of the public. You just can't vote.
Right. That's
Okay.
like Peter Welch did that.
Yeah,
and I just.
Yeah, that's, I did the
Yeah.
same thing this
Yeah.
morning when I came in
Yeah.
and talked to Katie.
Yeah.
I asked Katie about it this morning, I was like, all right, explain this a little more in layman's terms where a common man can understand it.
Mhm.
So she did, and
Well, I think that indirect issue is the one that I'd be concerned with, where, say a friend of mine may be a contractor. And
I think it's all okay as long as it's disclosed.
Exactly.
That's the only, I mean, that was,
Exactly.
And you might not be able to vote on it.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a small town, and especially because I know our policy in Guilford has been, whenever possible, to use local
yeah,
people.
that's,
So,
all right.
yeah, so we're all
It's not
related
in
at this
any
point,
way
so we're gonna run into each other.
It's really about disclosure, and you just have to, and again, it's really just transparency, making everyone say, hey, this may or may not be a conflict. It might be that everyone decides it's not, and you can vote.
Yeah, but either way, you just, remember when I first moved to town, Lucy Baker said to me, don't say anything about anybody, we're all related. And I thought, words to live by. But, it's just about being open up.
Yeah, that's a question I had about, yeah.
So, is
I'd like to
there-
make a motion to approve the conflict of interest policy. And I guess, in addition to that, with the attached questionnaire.
Questionnaire, right. Is there a second?
second.
Thank you, Troy. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Now, don't you have a conflict of interest about this because you wrote it?
Only if I'd gotten paid for it.
So I just wanted
I
to
did,
point out
guess what? I
that
don't
we
have to
will
sign.
actually review this conflict of interest policy our first meeting in March after, I don't think we have to redo it. I don't think that those of us on the board now will have to
No.
redo that,
Yeah, I
the
think
questionnaire.
a good example is, years ago when Dan and I went up Rutland to get a truck, a blue truck we got from Tinmouth. Tinmouth is a town of what, about 200 people, and everybody in town are related, everybody, and they all,
Mm-hmm.
the road crew was related to the road commissioner, and,
Yeah, and I think that's fine.
yeah, so what are you gonna do, it's a small town, somebody's gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's just being public about it.
That's where never mind, I won't go into that truck body business.
So you all have the questionnaire in an envelope, except you.
Yeah.
So if you want to fill it out, or if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. You're done? Okay, very good, I love that.
I ain't related to anybody.
No, okay. So whenever you get a chance, that would be
Barely
great.
related to my wife.
So, the next agenda item is the topic of Selectboard Orientation Meetings. And Gabby and Katie have been meeting on a regular basis, and then I've been joining them. And we thought it would be, we've sort of been learning about things, orientation, talking about budget, different issues that are coming up, and just trying to get ourselves really grounded in the business of the town. I imagine that the new select board person might want to join, in which case it would be 3 or more people. And so we thought about warning this as a standing meeting at 8 o'clock on Thursday mornings.
Where did we get some information about that? Why can't I find it?
It's in the cover memo.
Like in the email I sent?
Oh, it's just in the actual email?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I think once a week seems like a lot.
It doesn't have to be, but we've been finding things to talk about and work on.
Okay. I would just be concerned, here's what would be my concern. That it might, if I were a new board member, I might feel pressured to do that, like that would be a good thing, but I might feel like I can't, that's a lot.
I question
But-
whether he will anyway. because-
But, yeah, so at any rate, but just in general, regardless of who it is, once a week seems like a lot to me. I just don't want you guys to burn yourself out.
And you can change that at any time, so
Right.
there's no,
If it's warned though, if it's
Yeah.
warned, then you're kind of obligated, aren't you, to have it?
I think what they're doing is just, they're making sure if there is, say like, for example, the next person that comes on, if they want to come to a meeting, they're being proactive so that if there's 3 of them sitting in here, that they're not gonna get in trouble with the.
So you would say this is reserved for an open orientation meeting and.
yeah, anybody can come, it's like a work
Orientation
session.
work session.
Yeah.
So there's no action, no decision.
Oh, I
no
understand that, I
nothing
just thought every week seemed like a lot to me. but-
We've been doing it every week because it's the budget,
Yeah,
mostly.
right,
And it might be that,
this is a busy
Yeah.
time of year, yeah,
it might be that in June we say, forget it, there's
yeah,
nothing.
okay. But so long as you're not,
You're not gonna catch me.
Yeah.
It's at their whim, so.
I think what we
whatever
would
they
do
want.
is maybe make it a work session and say that people should check on the website to see if it's gonna take place.
oh,
It'll be warned on the website,
Mhm.
okay.
so.
Yeah, I can warn it as a regular day
Slot.
and time,
Mhm.
and cancellations will show on the website.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a better idea.
So that way I don't have to go every week and
yeah,
say it's on, it's on,
right.
it's on.
Excellent. So is there a motion to establish a select board orientation work session?
I guess I would move to that a regular select board orientation, I'm gonna say regular, not weekly, regular select board orientation meeting be offered and be warned, so as select board members can attend it if necessary. I'm making that sort of deliberately broad.
If they wish.
If they wish, yeah.
I'll second.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there any discussion or update items for?
One thing I wanted to bring up is town meeting. I don't know kind of how this has fallen on the select board or specifically my plate, but it's about lunch at the town meeting. And I've been in contact with Mark and Suzanne at the store. I think they'll be providing soup and salad. I want to put it on the town website as well as Front Porch Forum. I asked Mark for what he's gonna make and what he's gonna charge and stuff like that.
They'll be selling lunch, not
They'll be
providing
selling lunch,
lunch.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. So again, I'm not sure that ours is the right plate for this to fall on, but it has for right now.
Actually, I believe it is, because town meeting day is the responsibility of this office.
Okay,
Because
because it
of
used to
the-
But
be,
lunch was always done.
lunch was always done.
It
and that
always
would-
was, yeah.
So when it
it's
changed,
a
we
black
sort of took
hole.
that over.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted kind of to let you guys know that I'd be putting something on the town website, coordinating with Katie to do that as
It's
well.
already on the website. It's in the town
It
report.
is.
The lunch is?
Yeah, it's
Wasn't
in the
it in
book.
your article?
It's in the
Well, yeah, but in
article.
terms of,
Article.
yeah, but in terms of, here's what
Don't
it's
you
in
read
the
this
book.
book,
I read
lady?
that whole thing cover to cover, I did,
Speaking of this book,
yeah.
I would just like to point out that there are, on the first day after these were mailed, third day, right?
Second, well,
Second
they were
postal
mailed
day,
down
we have 53 returned copies
already.
so
Wow.
undeliverable.
Miss Emery couldn't make it because,
Oh, because we, so Mr. Emery is the emergency. We decided to
Dave
do
Emery?
it. Dave Emery, he was
You know,
gonna talk
it's
about an
RERP
update
program.
he was gonna talk about the update of the whole Vermont Yankee
Right.
program. And he's coming instead on April 22nd.
He couldn't make it tonight, yeah, I mean.
No, I had a conversation with him. Do you remember why? We suggested he come on the 22nd instead.
Could Ron make it then?
I can't remember what the
I
reason.
thought you guys said Thursday because Ron couldn't make it until then.
I'm not, yeah, you had mentioned it on Thursday night, I forget
I
which
thought,
reason.
I remember something about Ron.
Okay, anyway, so he's coming.
So he is coming just in April, which is still plenty of time. So, do we want to do executive session before highway and finance, or do you want to do that at the end?
Let's do that.
Okay, Dan,
Yo,
any news for us?
no, it's been pretty quiet. So
Wintry mix tomorrow night.
we're getting our bugs worked out of our new truck. The only thing I got left to do on that is get it lettered,
Uh-huh.
and then about it. We went riding around today looking for some mud. I got some potential spots, nothing yet, but I mean, it's probably will be here sooner than what we want it.
Looking for
And,
mud.
Did you make Melody Hill?
Yeah, did you make it up on Melody Hill?
No, I did not.
You didn't find
I know
out.
there's 2 selectmen that live up there, so I skipped that one.
Troy was talking about an interesting experience a UPS driver had on our hill today.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing about 40 through there, and it's all, you know how it is right there in that corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we get some rain, they're gonna get.
Oh, it's gonna
you know.
get, oh, it's already that way, but you guys are doing a great job.
Wednesday.
Yeah, there's one spot on the hill over there that
Yeah, I was over that way. Down by Dougie's was starting to break a little
Mm.
bit. Even up by the farm, there's a couple of small potential spots, but nothing major yet, so.
I took it over in my low slump car, so.
It's that time of the season.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta stop and think, it's,
Getting close.
we're not into March yet, but it's early, you know, this weather's, everybody's getting itchy to get out and do something. And
Sure.
we still can get a lot of snow between now and the 1st of April.
On with me.
No.
So,
Other than that, that's about it.
okay, thank you. We have an excess weight permit, Katie?
2 of them.
Two.
There's one for Pike Industries and one for United.
Less than.
I would like to make the following motion that we grant the excess weight permits for Pike Industry and United Natural Foods with the, you know, be careful on the dirt roads during mud season, don't go through the Green Road or Covered Bridge.
No travel on dirt roads during mud season, no going through the covered bridge. Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
I have a question.
Sir,
The van,
I just wrote to, so the van, Dan has found us a buyer for the van.
Oh, dog. Good job, Dan.
So
so I told him, I thought you guys would be making a decision tonight, or do you wanna wait?
we just don't have the bill of sale yet. We were waiting to hear from Ron.
Okay.
And I
Alright,
just
no.
heard from him at about 6:40 tonight, so,
Alright,
so, I mean, sorry, 5:40 tonight, so,
Cause the guy will be calling me in the morning, I wanna know what's going
Okay.
on, so.
yeah, Ron
What
said,
did
let me
you
just,
say?
excuse me.
To her said. What?
You're on camera.
Whatever.
Ron said, thank you, that's great. I'm not sure how to facilitate it, only that we need to make sure the title is transferred and the insurance company notified, so that we're not paying any insurance on it. So I think we can.
So do
maybe
we have
we
to
gotta-
wait till the next
No, I
regular
think
board
we can
meeting?
have a motion and
It's not a warrant item.
it's, but you know what, it's,
I think it's,
You know what? Let's do it.
it could fall under the financial timeliness if he wants to.
Discussion.
I'd like, can we make a motion to authorize Dan to negotiate? I mean, that's
I second your motion.
to negotiate the sale of the van,
Yep, and then you guys will act on it at your next meeting.
but it can happen, so we can officially endorse it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'd like to make a motion to authorize Dan to negotiate, but in other words, just to clarify, if I make this motion, the deal can go through and it can just be formalized at the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like, so I've made, you've gotten that motion.
Thank you.
I second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded you?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
No opposed? Thank you. The payroll and the warrants?
Well, my turn.
You're up.
I'd like to make the following motion to pay payroll and expense warrants. Payroll for the week ending in February 14th, 2016 in the amount of $6,377.43. Payroll for the week ending in February 21st, 2016 in the amount of $7,562.07. And expense warrant number 1616 in the amount of $96,819.92 for a grand total of $110,759.42, with the big expenditure on that expense warrant being payment for the town's new truck.
Second.
Somebody call.
I was gonna let you do it.
Who wants it?
I don't care.
Give it a dig.
Yeah, let me have one once in a while.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, before we go to communications, I wanted to say that Katie sent out financial reports, which is something that we've been wanting to have. And I don't know if you looked at yours, but I really appreciate knowing how we're doing it.
I think it's a great thing to
I'll
have
send it to you
regularly.
on a regular basis.
Yeah. When you say regular, do you mean before every meeting, or monthly, or
Let's go-
quarterly?
I would go quarterly.
Then we have to fight for it.
Well, I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I can send them to whoever, I can send them in your link, and if you wanna look at them, you can. It's just,
Okay,
it's
so
not-
it's not something
not a
you have to prepare, it's not a burden? Okay.
it's not at all.
Fine.
All it is going in, picking a report, saving it as a PDF, and up it goes. It's
Okay.
not hard for me to do.
Okay.
It actually is easier to just do it as a regular.
Okay,
If you're okay with it.
sure, yeah.
Thank you, Katie,
You're
for doing that.
very
My pleasure.
good.
So you wanna run your communications?
We received the adopted FY 2017 budget for the county of Wyndham. I know you had been to a
I
budget
did, I
meeting.
went to the meeting, I wonder, did it go up like $3?
I'm not sure.
For the county of Wyndham.
For Wyndham
I
County.
know, it's so weird to hear
It
it
is
called
so
the county
weird.
of Wyndham. It's like,
I think I'm gonna try to go to that meeting next year,
Can
because
I
I have
take
lots
a
of
look at that?
questions about their budget.
well, yeah.
They went through it pretty carefully. So they're willing to answer questions. There were 2 people in the audience, 2. Me and Zeke Goodman.
We got a letter from V-Trans of them basically signing off on our certificate of highway mileage, so, we have the fully executed copy back, and Penny probably recorded it. We got a procedural order from the State Department, the Vermont Public Service Board, regarding the application and comment deadline for the, Sovereign 500 kilowatt solar project. Wyndham County Sheriff's Department, who wants to look at this? Do you all like to look at that? Okay, I'll pass that around for the month of
Who
January.
got arrested?
I don't know.
Wasn't me.
Who got a ticket?
Anybody?
Who got a warning?
Anybody?
And we got a notification from the Division of Historic Preservation that, there's a pre-Act 250 permit for, the determination of eligibility for the State Register of Historic Places for the Jacobs Thomas Place at 1250 Weatherhead Hollow Road, which is Daniel Corngoose.
Oh, so that
Operation
part
there.
down
The old farm.
The old farm.
What, is there Act 250 permit?
There's like a pre-Act 250, they're trying to determine historic significance.
He had called me about that. I think I didn't report the board about it, and just because he was sort of in the midst of that Act 250 process. And
Sure.
I don't
So
know. I think I might have
just
pointed
literally
it
got
to you.
this today, I
Yeah,
haven't even
okay.
really had a chance to dig into it to see what it is. So I might be able to help them. And I received a phone call today from Tim Gam from the feds, the Department of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, that they have an application for a gun retailer at 102 Whipple Drive. And since we don't have any, we have no zoning, there's no state permitting required for it, the ATF called the town to check on zoning, and that was how I knew, and I figured I should at least let you guys know that.
Is there anybody else who sells firearms in town?
Sure, what do you wanna buy?
No.
Legal.
It is legal in the state of
Legal
Vermont.
retailer?
It is.
Really? Oh, because you don't need
You
it.
know,
So why would he submit a permit to the ATF?
because he's gonna be buying
Buying and selling.
and selling.
Okay. Okay. And that's it. That's what I have for communications.
Thank you.
So is everybody signing the warrants?
I think
Yeah, I think
I
everybody.
believe so.
Awesome,
I
thank
think
you very
everybody's
much. I appreciate that.
So may I have a motion to go into executive session for?
I'd like to move that we go into executive session to discuss a personal matter. I believe it was personal, not personnel.
Personal, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Is there a second? Lori? All in favor?
Aye.
So this, I think we'll have,
Hang on just a second. Is that just the board going into executive
Do you want me
session?
to leave?
I guess so.
No, you can do that.
Do you
Okay.
wanna, do you wanna invite me?
Include the
sorry.
town administrator. Sure.
Sure, come on in.
I don't have to, I'm happy to leave if you don't want me here.
The section of the right of the island along the river.
So we
did you turn it off?
We've moved to.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we got ahead, already voted.
Yeah, but to include the town administrator as well.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
So, we came out of executive session at 7:05. There
No
was
action taken.
no action taken and no decisions made. I wanted to take a minute to say that, acknowledge Anne's last select board meeting.
Last regular one, I got one more.
Last regular. And I also wanted to say that long before I knew Anne is in public service for the town, I knew her as a wine drinking companion. And,
I do what I can.
and it was a great introduction. But Anne has just been an awesome mentor. Really amazing, helping me come into this role here and be enthusiastic about being on the select board and also the planning commission. I would like to thank you for your responsible, the things that come to mind are you're so responsible, you're so loyal, you're so gracious, you're so patient, you have such a great sense of humor, you care, and we're all gonna miss you.
Thank you. This is not the end, we've got
I know,
town
it's not
meeting
like
to
you're
go through.
leaving, but today's, this is
the
an
last
important thing, and I wanted to invite other people to
Driving
say
up the
something
road.
to Anne as well.
I'd like to thank Ann for showing me a garden one night when I had company behind me.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
It involves police, you don't wanna know
I forgot that story. I think we all have a great Anne story. I have tons of great Anne stories, and I can't say too much because I'll cry. I feel hugely blessed that I crossed paths with you in life, that you showed me what civic duty is and how to love your community, and how to mother your community and be fair and equitable, and you're a gift. And everyone should stand up and be grateful.
We have a good Katie Buckley story about when we first hired her too. Yeah.
So I go back with Ann 25 plus years.
Yes, that's true.
Throwing hay
Mhm.
in the fields
Mhm.
and everything like that. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
You kept me in check. You kept me from killing Dick. Is that what you're saying?
That's why I'm sitting here. It's appropriate.
Two school kids.
But anyways, you will be sadly missed. I also want to thank you for mentoring here on the board.
Thank you.
And I guess I'd just say I've only been here a year, but yet in that year you've certainly sort of been what I would say you were a chair and a member. It was executed with grace and with passion.
Thank you.
And I think you're truly a role model, not just for me, but probably everyone in the town. And I really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys, all those kind words, I'm just going to stop right there.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Ann.
Thank you.
Working with you for all these years.
Yeah, we've had some good times.
Yes, we have, yeah. Very understandable, and you've always been understanding and been good to us, so
Thanks,
you're
Dan.
gonna be missed.
Thank you, sir.
Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.